All right, guys, welcome back into Fox Weather Wild. I'll tell you what, this guy's mom didn't teach him any manners. He should be covering his mouth when he yawns, right? Yeah. Time to get wild. Our next guest takes being one with nature to the next level.
Yeah, Cathan Moore is a nature photographer whose love of all things wild brought him to where the wild things are. He takes savage takes of all the amazing things nature has to offer.
And he certainly isn't afraid to get up close and personal with these incredible beasts. Take a look. We appreciate you being here, man. All right, so first things first, what got you into taking pictures of these beautiful animals and just of nature in general?
Well, to paint the picture, I was born and raised at a safari lodge called King's Camp in the Timbavati Private Nature Reserve in South Africa. And this protected area is open to the Kruger National Park, which is 2.4 million hectares large. That's larger than the state of Massachusetts there in the US or the country of Wales. And so my parents have managed the safari lodge for the past 27 years. And so I was born and raised and went to school in this wilderness area. And so naturally, I developed an innate passion for the wildlife, having grown up alongside it.
What an incredible childhood. I feel like there's a children's book somewhere within here that you need to write one day. But looking at the images you have, it seems like you are just getting up close, not so personal with these wild animals. How are you able to kind of keep your cool and also keep that safe distance, yet also capture that gorgeous shot?
So there's a saying we have that, you want to get close to the animals, but as soon as it becomes a dangerous situation, then you're obviously doing something wrong. So the key thing in wildlife photography, especially in Africa and around the world, is to respect the animal at all times. So these animals are habituated to a certain extent to the safari vehicle. So when you're in the safari vehicle, they don't see you, they see the car, and they don't associate the cars with humans. But to get those really awesome shots and to get out the safari vehicle and down on the ground and eye level with the animal, it takes an understanding of your subject and which animals will allow it and tolerate it and which won't. So, for instance, your cats, your lions, and your leopards are a big no-no. However, things such as elephants and rhinos, they don't have the greatest vision. They have exceptional smell and hearing. So as long as you approach from downwind and you keep a low profile, you're able to get the most amazing opportunities.
All right, listen, man, you are getting some really, really close pictures of these big cats. How close are you actually to them? Are you way zoomed in, or what's the deal there?
Most of the time, it will be within about 10 to 20 meters.
That's pretty close. Wow.
Just a bit, yeah.
All right. Well, my respect for you just doubled, and it was already pretty high, so props. That begs the next question. Have you had any close encounters?
I have. I think naturally it comes with the trade. And one that pops to mind is a recent story, actually. I was following the tracks of a leopard along a dry river course. And I could see from the tracks she had recently drank at a small pan. And as I followed them up the bank, I could see a small group of nyala, which is a small antelope you get here in South Africa. And you get gut feelings, and you have to listen to your gut feelings. And something just told me she could be in the grass in between me and this nyala, and she was stalking those nyala. And I took one more step forward, and she came rocketing out the bushes towards me, slapping the ground, growling to the point that I could feel the pebbles hitting my legs as she tried to break. And she just said, "That's enough, stay there," and then took off and ran past me.
She gave you a warning, a heads up. That's very polite, actually. Okay, so from a close encounter to, how about one of the coolest encounters you've ever had out there?
Also, it would have to be a leopard encounter at the safari lodge. We had a leopardess known as Ntombi, which is the local language for beautiful girl, and she was born around the lodge in about 2006. And so we grew up at the same rate together. So I developed a nice special bond with this leopardess. And she used to come into the lodge every night because she knew that the impala, which is also an antelope we get here in South Africa, would come into the lodge and graze off the lawns. And she'd figured this out and knew it was easy hunting. So she came in one night and chased one of these impala into the lodge reception and actually killed it in between the office computers and pulled it through the reception to the foyer where she finished the kill and started eating.
Unbelievable. Look, you obviously love to take pictures of big cats and monkeys and everything. I want to know, though, I'm going to go maybe the opposite way of what somebody would normally ask you, what's your least favorite animal to photograph? Is there one that's just like, I don't know, that doesn't work with you very well or isn't photogenic? What do you think?
There definitely is, and unfortunately, and I hate saying that, it would have to be something like an elephant or a buffalo, just any animal that is large in mass, as it becomes extremely complicated to compose and that sort of thing.
Well, I have to say, your photos do an incredible job, I think, of capturing the emotion behind the animal. I know that sounds so weird, but how I judge nature photos is when you can see the eyes and almost what that animal is feeling. And I think that's what gives so many of us that can't see them in a wild that connection that makes them so special. So I think you're doing an incredible job.
Thank you. Absolutely. That's what I wish to achieve through my photography, is to tell the stories of these animals, because they all have individual characters, they all are living separate lives, and to give people that aren't fortunate enough to be able to visit these areas or have the upbringing that I had and be able to give them an insight into this wild place and their lives.
We love it. Keep going, man. Nature photographer Cathan Moore, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. Cheers.
Whew, he said 10 meters away from some of those big cats, which is roughly like 32 feet away. It's pretty close when you're talking about a lion.
Yeah. I mean, it's like